Hello, moviegoers, and welcome to another edition of Have You Seen It? I'm your host, Denise. And not only do I want to welcome you to this week's review, but I want to welcome you to Season 7. Season 7. Have You Seen It? Started with two of us. My good friend Charles was my co-host when the show first began, but my friend Charles has moved on to some other ventures, and I'm going to keep you posted on that so you know where to find him. Let me tell you a little bit about Have You Seen It? If you are new here, what I do is I review movies. I am not a professional critic, but I do have opinions on movies. I review movies in the theater, obviously, and I also review a lot of movies on streaming platforms, Hulu, Apple, Netflix, all of that. I review movies and I give you my honest opinion on how I feel about the movie. Sometimes I give it a number rating. I don't even know when I watch a movie how good it's going to be. So my review for that particular movie could be good, it could be bad, and it could be very, very ugly. Also, in our Have You Seen It segment, we have something that I call Nailed It. So my Nailed It is something that you will see a little bit later on in this show, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. But I do want to tell you about a new segment that we're just starting for season 7. And it's simply called My Favorite Actor or Actress. And in this segment, it's just a quick blurb mentioning a particular actor or actress and giving you maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 movies that I personally enjoy this particular person in. The one thing or 2 things that you will understand very quickly is that my favorite actors are versatile. They can play so many different characters, so many different ways. They have range that is incredible. And that's why they are my favorite actors. And you'll be able to comment about my favorite actors. Maybe they are also your favorite actors. And also whichever movie I have chosen that I like this particular actor or actress in. So to start our show with this new segment, My Favorite Actor, my favorite actor this week is Al Pacino. And Al Pacino has been one of my favorites for many, many, many years. And I have chosen 2 movies that I have seen that I really, really like his range in. First one, Scarface, and the second, Serpico. And you may comment on those 2 movies, or you may comment on Al Pacino as well. So this is the first segment of My Favorite Actor. Al Pacino is numero uno. All right, folks, so I'm going to get into my review for this week. And my review for this week comes from Netflix. The movie is called Lonely Planet, and it stars Laura Dern and Liam Hemsworth, and it also stars Diana Silvers. All right, so this movie, and you will find out very quickly, especially if you're new here, that my sweet spot for a movie is 90 minutes. And so this movie was 93 minutes long. This movie is about a writer who goes to Morocco for a writer's retreat. All right. She is in the process of finishing a book, and she has been invited to this retreat where she can kind of find some quiet time to really, focus and get herself in a good headspace to finish this book. Now, on this retreat are other writers and writers that she knows, and everybody kind of knows each other. There may be a few people who are meeting for the first time, but they all admire each other and their craft. So what happens is you have a young couple, and that couple is played by Liam Hemsworth and Diana Silvers. So they are a young couple. He is basically accompanying her on the writer's retreat. And so while they are there, they are in this beautiful, beautiful setting in Morocco. And, as a tag along, he's just there to kind of sightsee and, just take in all that the particular retreat venue has to offer. The problem is that the girlfriend is really, really embracing this opportunity to be with fellow writers who really love her work, and she admires their work. So they are really clicking on a level that the boyfriend is not familiar with. So he feels kind of like an outsider, but he at the same time is trying to be supportive. On the other hand, we have Laura Dern's character, who all she wants to do is just find a quiet space. It doesn't matter if it's a closet, if it's just a small little room. She just wants to focus and concentrate. But, you have all of this lively activity around her. Well, at some point, Laura Dern's character, and she is a mature woman, so I give her in this particular movie 50-ish, and Liam Hemsworth's character 30-ish. So they kind of, introduce themselves in a way that, he's just trying to meet people. And she is just, I don't want to be bothered, but I don't want to be rude. So that's how their interaction kind of begins, kind of awkwardly. But as the movie progresses, you find that the two of them seem to find themselves in the same place a lot. The local coffee shop, sightseeing downtown, at the bazaar, little things like that. And so at some point, they kind of relax to a point where they can actually have a conversation, a friendly conversation, nothing more than that, until the girlfriend and boyfriend kind of, have butted heads a couple of times on this trip, because she feels like, you're not supporting me. You don't come to any of the cocktail parties and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, all you do is, stay up late and get high and talk about things that I know nothing about. And oh, by the way, in one of these social settings, you embarrassed me, you humiliated me, and I wasn't feeling that. So that's what's happening with the two of them. And then meanwhile, when there's downtime, the older woman and the younger gentleman get a little closer. Fast forward, the sparks start to fly. I'm just going to leave it there. Sparks start to fly. And I'm just wondering, while I'm watching this movie, how does this work? How do you go on vacation with one person and then suddenly get the hots for somebody else on the same vacation? I don't know if that happens in real life, but it kind of sort of happened in this movie. So I don't want to give too much more away. You're going to have to watch this movie to see how it unfolds and how it ends. It's a May-December relationship, so I've already stated that part. So this is a good maybe date night movie if you're into rom-coms. It's a nice movie. It's just, it's just a pleasant movie to watch. Something you can just sit back and it's like no bombs, no guns, no, explosions. It's just a regular movie. So that is my review. Lonely Planet on Netflix. All right. So now, folks, I'm going to hop into my Nailed It. And what Nailed It is I just choose either an actor or an actress or a movie, a particular scene, anything about a particular movie. It could be the cinematography. It could be anything that I think really nailed it and made this movie the blockbuster that it was, or just made that movie more enjoyable to watch. So this week, my Nailed It comes from the movie The Way We Were. This movie starred Barbra Streisand and Robert Redford, and the ending of the movie made me cry because the couple had broken up years before and they just happened to have a chance meeting in the city, and their eyes locked, but he was with his new wife. And so, they have a cordial interaction, but when they embrace at the end, just like it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And the way that their eyes locked and that hug, and I was just bawling because I'm like, this relationship should have worked, but it didn't. So, but they played it beautifully. And plus I had like major crush on Robert Redford when I saw this movie. So that did it for me. So that is my Nailed It for this week. The Way We Were, Robert Redford, Barbra Streisand, The Chance Meeting. All right, folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And remember, we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in, "Have you seen it?" with Denise, and there I will be. All right, moviegoers, just like I say every week, you know what to do. I need you to see a movie because I'm going to see a movie. Until next week, bye-bye.